This video from The Daily Show has a headline that's from Charlemagne the God. It says, the truth about DEI is that although it's well-intentioned, it's mostly just straight up garbage. It's mostly just straight up garbage, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I saw this headline, and this got recommended to me by a bunch of you guys. So I appreciate you guys letting me know about this. Thank you guys for letting me know about this. But I want to see what Charlemagne has to say. I didn't actually watch the video because I'm just going by the headline, and you guys say it's funny. So I'm trusting you guys. I'm trusting you guys that it's funny. And I have a feeling it just might be. I have a feeling that it just might be. So get your popcorn. Get your popcorn ready. Sit in your chair. Sit in your chair. And let's do this.
DEI. It means more fair hiring policies, new anti-discrimination rules for the workplace, and sensitivity training seminars. And the first thing it led to was a shitload of ads.
Real progress on diversity and inclusion doesn't happen without real work.
Say celebrate diversity into your X1 voice remote to discover curated content today.
Every day, General Mills serves the world by making food people love. And inclusion is one of our secret ingredients.
No, they didn't. No, they did not. No, they did not. General Mills makes food that you love. And our secret ingredient, inclusion. You fucking idiots, man. What the you're making food. You're making food, man. Jeez, did you really do that? Oh my god. I'm only 32 seconds in and I'm dying. All right, you guys got me on this one. This is funny shit.
At Kraft Heinz, our purpose is to make life delicious. And we believe we can't achieve that without one essential ingredient: diversity.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. Kraft Heinz. We want to make everything more delicious, but we can't do that without our one ingredient, diversity. You fucking losers, man. It's so boring. It's so boring, man.
It's diversity that makes life delicious.
We're on a 400-year-long journey, and scars don't fade. But neither does hope.
You guys are asking for the vomiting rainbows gnome? Yeah. Yeah, that's the perfect compliment.
Ask your doctor if black people are right for you. That's right. Nobody's buying Vaseline because of diversity. Come to think of it, I don't think I've ever actually bought Vaseline. It's just there. Like, it comes with the house, right? So that's how things stood in 2020, but that was like 15 years ago. Today, when people talk about DEI, it's more likely to sound like this.
DEI is just a rebranded version of hating white people.
DEI, in this case, stands for divisive, erroneous, and insidious.
DEI, which stands for didn't earn it. Discrimination, exclusion.
I'm for the didn't earn it. I'm for DEI standing for didn't earn it. I think that is definitely the better way to explain DEI, without a doubt. I know these guys all come up with their own terms, but I really like didn't earn it.
DEI. DEI stands for Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, and Ice Cube. Yeah. Y'all cheering out there, but do you want with attitude coming to your office? These right wingers are crazy, right? Jesus. But here's the part where you all stop applauding everything I say. The truth about DEI is that although it's well-intentioned, it's mostly garbage, okay? It's kind of like the Black Little Mermaid. Just because racists hate it doesn't mean it's good. And you know I'm right, because every one of you has sat through one of those diversity.
You know what's funny? The crowd actually like kind of stopped laughing after he started not fully agreeing with the whole right wingers are bad kind of thing. the crowd just completely went silent. They were like, they didn't know what to say. Like, oh wow, the guy's taking a middle ground take here. Whoa, that's scary.
The training sessions and thought, this is some bullshit.
He's right, by the way. If you've ever taken any diversity, equity, or inclusion courses in like your job, retail, or whatever the case may be, I mean, even if you are a hardcore leftist, even you got to admit, like, bro, this is kind of stupid, right?
And it's not just you. Over 900 studies have shown that DEI programs don't make the workplace better for minorities. In fact, it can actually make things worse because of the backlash effect. Remember DARE from school? Y'all remember DARE? Yeah. She said, woo. DEI.
You guys are asking who's racist. So he's I don't know if he's a leftist or whatever the case may be, but he's doing the typical talking point of, you know, right wingers don't like DEI because they're racist, and that's the argument that he wants to go with. But he's also kind of siding with the other side and saying that, well, nobody likes DEI courses, nobody likes forced DEI because it actually doesn't work. So he's trying to take a middle ground take while also calling right wingers racist, apparently.
DEI training is like DARE for racism. And you all know how effective that was. I was sitting there going, oh shit, there's a ton of fun drugs I should try. I didn't even know about Molly. Thanks, Officer John. But the biggest failure of DEI is that the number of black people in power at big companies is basically the same as it was 5 years ago.
See, that's what I said. I said this whole DEI initiative stuff, the DEI initiatives are mainly just for lower entry level jobs. If you look at all these companies, right, we'll use Disney as an example. Disney's executive branch is mostly white. They're mostly white. They're lower jobs, they're lower level entry jobs, park jobs, everything like that. They are pretty diverse, fairly diverse. But their executive branch is not at all. Their executive branch is very white, and they seemingly have no problem with that. So they don't really want to give up the top paying jobs. They don't want to give up the actual top earning positions. They just want to give the little scraps, you know, so that they can claim that they're very diverse.
In fact, maybe the only thing that DEI has accomplished is giving racist white people cover to be openly racist.
DEI breeds complacency, Dana, and complacency.
This is when his speech completely falls apart, because then he ends up siding with the left, so they can't help themselves. But let's listen.
Kills.
We're going to have doctors who don't know how to perform heart surgery, and we're going to have planes that are falling out of the sky.
Boeing recently bragged.
How is that racist, though? Like what that second guy said, how is that racist? I feel like that's very, very evident considering what's going on right now with the airplanes and whatnot. Look what happened to the submarine, too. The submarine got destroyed because of DEI. They got people who weren't qualified, that didn't do the job properly, and that killed a few people in a submarine. So what are we doing? Like, that's not a racist statement to say that, hey, maybe we should start hiring people who are qualified, whether they're white or black. What are their merits? What's their resume look like? What's their experience look like? Not their skin color. Don't give me their skin color. I don't care about their skin color. Tell me their experience. Tell me their resume. What can they do?
Not about being the best in the business, but about surpassing its diversity quotas. Oh, goody. But then, not so good, a door flying off one of Boeing's 737 Supermaxes.
I'm sorry, if I see a black...
I mean, what did she say? What did she say that was wrong? You got doors flying off fucking planes right now because they decided to up their DEI hiring processes, and the plants don't make things as good anymore. Did you guys see that undercover video? I don't remember where I saw it, man. I gotta try to find it. Maybe we'll react to it on a Hypnocast one day. But there was an undercover video of someone interviewing, I think it was Boeing employees, and asking them if they would actually fly on these planes that they're building, and they said hell no. They said flat out no. I don't know if it was Boeing or another company. I'm not sure. I'm sorry that I don't remember, but they just flat out said no. We would not fly on these planes. They're not made nowhere near the same as they were before. You know, so it's not like they're talking out of their ass. You can call them racist white people all you want, but those racist white people, they kind of got a point.
Pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
And see, that statement, hold on, let me rewind.
Oh, goody. But then
This
not so
guy's
good,
statement coming up.
a
Listen
door
to this.
flying off one of Boeing's 737 Supermaxes.
I'm sorry. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
So that statement, that last statement that guy made, I can understand his point of view. I can get what he's trying to say. You want to call it racist, but I'm calling it exactly what you just said, Charlemagne, where if you push this DEI stuff so much and you put it out in the public that you're doing diversity hiring simply for diversity hiring and no merit-based hiring whatsoever, that you're hiring people just because of their skin color, how can people then, with that information and knowledge, feel comfortable walking into certain aspects like airfare and whatnot and see someone who's diverse and say, oh, I feel very comfortable? You're not going to feel comfortable. You gave me that information. You flat out told me that you're not hiring based on merit. You said you're hiring on skin color. So I'm going to feel fucking scared. I'm going to feel scared. I'm not lying to you. Even if I saw a fucking fellow Hispanic there, I'd be like, ay, Papi, you got experience? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know there's been a bunch of white pilots. I know that because white people love flying. But even Hispanics, bro, I'm like, yo, are you good? How many planes you flew? You know, listen, had you not said anything, right? Had these companies not said anything and said that they weren't doing DEI hiring and they weren't putting it out there for people to know, right? For that information to seep in people's brains, then nobody would question anything. They would just think, oh, okay, cool, that's different. But the problem is now you've put it in people's minds. You put it in people's minds. That's the issue. You put it in their minds. It's been festering. And now you got a problem because now people are going to look at anybody and second guess. Anybody. And that goes for anything. Any job whatsoever, they're going to second guess. I'm going to be real with you. If I go into a plane, I kind of want a white pilot. Those motherfuckers can fly. I'm just being honest with you. Just being real. That's coming from a Puerto Rican. I'm cool with it. Give me an old white dude. As long as his vision is good, we're good. We're good. But no, I get what he's saying. So they're going to try to pass it off as racism because that's the easy thing to do, right? That's the easy thing to do. Pass it off as racism, and the argument is supposed to just crumble from there. But it doesn't. It doesn't. You want to classify it as racism, but is he wrong? Is he wrong? Is this guy wrong for second guessing because of what you told him? Is he wrong? Just hire people that are based off their experience and their merit and what they can do. Stop this whole hiring based off skin color bullshit and then getting upset that people are second guessing whether or not you qualified for the job. Look at what's happening in gaming right now. Look at all the exposing that Grums is doing. Look at all the exposing that Grums is doing with Compulsion Games and how it was exposed that all the people inside of that company, were basically removed or let go and replaced by DEI hires, including the community manager that hates all white people. Think about that for a second. That's what's happening everywhere. That's happening everywhere. And it's a big, big problem. Guys, we're almost at 370 on YouTube, 100 on Twitter. Like the stream, ladies and gentlemen. I would greatly appreciate it. Like the stream. Show some love. We got a lot of haters today, man, on Twitter. It was quite the fun experience. But we're gonna have an even better time tonight hanging out. All right, let's finish up this video.
I mean, honestly, when I see a black pilot, I'm not worried that we're going to crash. I'm worried that we're going to get pulled over. Okay? That's right. And no, officer, I will not step out of this vehicle. All right? But yeah, they're blaming.
Why are you lying? The first thing you guys normally do is step out the vehicle and try to fight.
DEI for everything. Even that bridge in Baltimore. They called Baltimore's mayor the DEI mayor, like he was given the job for being black. Then they said the shipping company was too focused on DEI instead of safety. But almost the entire leadership of the company is white. No black people, right?
Yeah, but that's the leadership of the company. That's the leadership of the company. What about the workers that actually were doing the job? What about the people that were hired for the boat at the time? Were they all white? See, the problem is a lot of these DEI initiatives are on, like I said earlier, they're on the lower spectrum. They're hiring for the lower jobs. Because let's be real, man, they want to just use black people to try to bolster up their scores, man. They don't want to give them actual CEO positions. They don't want to give them anything of power, anything of worth, anything of actual high earnings. These white saviors just want to hire people who are diverse to make themselves look better so they get more money on their bonuses at the end of the year. So you mentioning that their entire leadership is white means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. It's zero. Because it's all about who is working the field. Who was working the field?
If anything, the Baltimore mayor, he should have been the one to make it racist. Just come out like, these crackers knocked down my bridge. Okay? All right? And one of y'all crackers better pay for it. Okay? And honestly, I'm not surprised these programs didn't work.
Wait, so we just using the cracker word like nothing? That's just fine?
And here's why. It's just corporate PR. They want good vibes. And also, they want to cover their ass. Okay? Did you know that if a company gets sued for civil rights violations, just having a DEI program will be counted as evidence in their favor, even if the program doesn't do shit? Okay? It's the I have a black friend of the legal system. All right?
Well, that I agree with. That I agree with. These companies use DEI initiatives to protect themselves. It's just a fact. It protects themselves. It raises their ESG scores if they're actually trying to gain ESG funding. It does a bunch of things to protect the company. So it is like, he's not wrong about that. It is basically like that version of I have a black friend. So that if anything comes out into the light and they get accused of anything, they could just point at that token black guy. They could just point at him and be like, well, we got Tyrone over here in the corner. We hired him 6 months ago and we didn't fire him after a month like everybody else. So that counts for something. That counts for something. Go talk to Tyrone. He's going to tell you how nice it is here. Right, Tyrone? And Tyrone's going to be like, shit, I can't tell him the truth. Otherwise, I'm going to lose my job. It's just the truth.
We don't need corporate DEI. Yes, we want diversity and equity and inclusion, but we don't want it from Vaseline. Although I'm not going to front, Vaseline has been there for the black community. Respect, okay? Right? That's right. Moisturize.
So even though he's trying to be funny, his ultimate point, I do agree with. Diversity, equity, and inclusion, all those things should happen organically, especially diversity, right? It should all happen organically as it has always happened, at least recently anyway, in the last few decades. The moment you have corporations trying to push DEI, now it doesn't become anything about social justice. It doesn't become anything about actual organic diversity or equity. All it becomes is a product to sell to the consumer. That's it. DEI went from a social justice movement to a product to sell to the consumer. That's it. That's all it is. It's a product. It is a product now. And you have people eating it up. You have idiots eating up the DEI product because they think that, oh, companies really care about my cause. My cause is so much more bolstered now that Vaseline told me that they stand with me, or fucking Kraft stands with me. The macaroni and cheese company stands with my social justice movement. Thus, I'm validated. That's fucking dumb.